Alright, hello everyone. We just had a quick restream change, that's why the stream went down, so Slower is the next one. Slower just did his restreaming. And I'll be your restreamer slash host. I'm F George, I'm gonna be your restreamer slash host for the next 12 hours or so. Yeah, it's a long shift, so I hope you guys are gonna enjoy the next run. We're already pretty much ready with it. We're gonna put that on as fast as possible, since we are already a little bit behind. But we'll get that going and see you for the next run.
Alright, hello everyone, I'm scoagogo and I'm going to be doing Pokemon White 2 for everyone. I have Crafted on commentary with me.
Hello.
So if everyone is ready for the countdown, I will go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, wait, I didn't turn off my DS, good start me. Alright, so right off the bat, I'm doing some RNG manipulation. I'm going to hand over to Crafted for him to explain the RNG manipulation and what I'm trying to achieve here.
Yeah, so basically the game determines the initial RNG seed every time you start the game or soft reset, and it uses the date and time, so that's why you see him like set the time to a certain thing. But it also uses like parameters for your DS, and what that means is like everyone that runs this game has to work out their own minute because it uses stuff that's specific to your DS. One of the parameters is called timer 0, and that is actually really random. Like, we can't control it. We know there's like a few values it will take depending on your DS, so you just have to hope that it takes the correct one.
Which it did.
So that's good. It's worse in White 2 than in Black and White 1 because there's like more values, but when you're like finding your seed, you can try and find one where it's like more consistent to get it. So yeah, he looked at like the direction that spinning clock thing was like facing when it began, and that can let you know if you've got it.
Thankfully I have both of my seeds are pretty consistent. I say both because we're going to be doing another manipulation about 50 minutes into the run, which also has timer 0 as a factor, so hopefully it's nice. So I think 2 years ago it was, or an amount of time at NGA 2 I ran Pokemon Black, so this is effectively the sequel, which I think takes place 2 years later, or is it 5 years later?
Yeah, it's 2 years later.
2 years later. So if I did run it 2 years ago, that's just ironic, because I did not intend for that.
Yeah, the season... Is the season spring you're using?
The season is spring, yes.
Yeah, you want spring or autumn, because summer, the Pidove is rarer in like the place that we want to catch Pidove, and you can't get it at level 2, you want it at level 2. And then you don't want winter because sometimes in winter there's snow, and the snow advances the RNG during text boxes, which makes it really inconsistent. So you want spring or autumn for the initial seed.
that's something that we take into consideration whenever searching.
Yeah, and you have to make sure there's no weather on the first route, or the second route, I guess, because rain would be really bad. Waste time. Yeah, so there's like two types of RNG. There's the IV RNG and the PID RNG. So the IV RNG only advances every 128 steps. It looks at how many Pokemon are in your party and then advances by that amount. And it also advances every frame of battle, but there's no battles before he gets Tepig, so it's easily controllable. And then the PID RNG advances like when there's NPCs, so he like takes a specific path through the town so that he gets the correct nature. The PID RNG determines like the nature and the gender and stuff, and the IV RNG determines the IVs. And he's got to make sure he talks to Bianca quick enough. I don't know how many frames his seed has got to talk to her.
Ironic, my seed is talking to Bianca slow enough.
Oh. So he actually has to talk a bit slower to get it. That's... yeah.
Now, I don't have to talk to Bianca slower to get the naughty. I have to talk to Bianca slower to continue the RNG manipulation past this point, because I didn't test this properly whenever I first caught my seed on emulator.
I see.
So, I'm dumb, but that doesn't matter. Optimally, you can talk to the rival to start this fight, but the PID RNG advances really quickly around that segment for my seed, so it would be so inconsistent to try and like get that slight bit of time save.
Yeah. Luckily, at the start of the run, there's not too much where you have to talk to things or interact with things, because that can easily make the RNG inconsistent. You'll see in a few minutes he'll have to pick up an item during the RNG minute, which can easily make it inconsistent. So you have to...
Sorry to interrupt you here, but I'm just wondering where, because you did submit, there's an incentive for this game to name the drill bar, I believe?
Yes.
So
yeah.
when does that close? When does that close?
It's about 40 minutes, 50 minutes in.
40 minutes. Alright, so, cause currently, we have a great, we have $5 on no, so...
I was partly responsible.
But yeah, if you guys wanna name the Durber, then go ahead, because that incentive will be closing. Just let me know when that closes, and I'll get you the final.
Alright, I will. So, thankfully, I did talk to Bianca just slow enough. I can't tell, like, immediately after, because there's no NPCs on top of, like, the little, viewing bit that we were at. I have to wait until we're in the Pokemon Center. And the way I know is that before I start moving around and the RNG stops, that lady that was in there looks right. And thankfully she did, so...
Yeah, luckily the NPCs don't move during these text boxes, so you don't have to worry about mashing frame perfectly or anything.
That is a concern in other games, only it won't be framed perfectly, but...
Yeah. If there's situations like that, you try and find a window, so you don't have to be perfect.
Or just be frame perfect, you know?
Yeah, you could just be frame perfect.
So I should also point out that this is like the only game that I actually ever play on stereo, because the soundtrack is just so good in this game, so take note of the soundtrack during this, because it's amazing. So this is the catching tutorial. It's same as every Pokemon game, only we will actually be using helpful tips that we get here, because there's one run that you don't use those helpful tips, but we will be using them. So any odd movement that you see me doing, that's like taking extra steps or walking or anything, that's all for my RNG manipulation for like my personal seed. I've tried to make it as quick as I possibly can with as few extra steps as I can. I took so much time trying to just save like the frames that going on an extra tile would take.
Yeah, when you're like rooting your seed, you try and make it as quick as possible, and you want to make it as consistent as possible. You don't want to do some weird move you can easily mess up or anything.
I did have that on one of my old white 2 seeds. So I have done the manip, like creation of the initial seed manip, about 4 times now, because my very first seed for white 2, the timer 0 seems to do a weird thing where it just shifts and then you just can't get the timer 0 anymore. No, I don't think anyone actually understands why that happens, but it happened to me, so
yeah,
I had to get an entirely new seed.
I know that that's happened to a couple of people, where they've just been unable to get their timer 0 for like 30 attempts.
It also happened to me in Pokemon Black once, weirdly enough.
Pokemon Black has only got like 2 timer 0 values, whereas White 2's got 6. So the manip's usually a lot more consistent.
Nice damage roll. Wow. Oh wow, those were both terrible. I was actually doubting if this was the right Tepig, but it is, because like all my rolls so far have been terrible. So if you pay attention to any of the text with the evil team in this game, they'll keep referencing the one from 2 years ago. So in the events of Pokemon Black, basically you destroy Team Plasma, who are the evil team in both of the games. And they basically completely just all break up, and their leader gets taken away. But they come back 2 years later for the events of this game, and they actually complete somewhat some of their goals. They're not like all the other teams, they're actually kind of a threat in this game. So I do have chat open, so if questions are here, I will be able to answer them, or Crafted if he wants to, but we will not be using the Legendary. I say we, I won't be using the Legendary to fight the Elite Four. I catch a Pokemon called Drillbur, who evolves into Excadrill, who I will be using for the entirety of the game. Once I get it.
I'd say Excadrill was pretty legendary.
Also, thank you for the good luck amiibo.
Yeah, you caught a Pidove there, that's the fly. There's only 2 required HMs in this game, which is Strength and Surf. But we also get Fly because there's a couple of places where we want to fly back somewhere. It's way faster than biking.
Yeah, it's not like some of the other games. I know Gen 4 in particular is terrible for HMs. Like, you need pretty much all of them.
Yeah. We also need 3 Pokemon because there's like a triple battle about an hour or so in, where you need 3 Pokemon in order to do the battle.
Thankfully we have 3 at that point anyway.
We haven't explained why White 2, but basically White 2 instead of Black 2, because one of the reasons is that battle is a rotation battle instead of a triple battle, which is worse. And then there's also like an extra trainer in Reversal Mountain in Black 2, and the plasma ships are worse on Black 2. Basically everything's worse in Black 2. White 2 is just better in every way in speedruns.
I actually can't remember what the Plasma ship is like in Black 2, which is bizarre because that's the one I played casually.
I played White 2 casually.
Lucky.
I played Black 1 and then White 2 because I obviously just knew which was the best.
Which was faster. Years beforehand. So this is the other Pokemon that I'm going to be catching, Psyduck, which is for Strength and Surf. Psyduck is harder to catch than Pidove. Thankfully, the Psyduck that I catch has a minus defense nature, which means its HP always goes down a bit further whenever I use Tackle, so it does make it slightly easier to catch.
I guess the only disadvantage is that the crit would always kill it.
Yeah.
Whereas it can survive without minus defense. And unlike regular attempts, if you crit one of these Pokemon that you want to catch, it would just be reset.
So this is the first bit of action with Team Plasma when they're talking about 2 years ago how they tried to take over the world and whatnot. But, you know, they're pretty useless here. Only trying to rob a herdier.
There you go, we've got Sinstar in chat with the knowledge. Sinstar is the guy who came up with like most of the strats in this run. Like using Excadrill. And I think it was the first to do minute Excadrill for any percent.
Thank you, Sinstar. So you saw in the ranch there that I picked up an X attack, which is an item that I'll have to use later on in the game. But depending on how quickly I pick that up, and this X speed that I am about to pick up, will determine my movement that I have to do later. And I look at the NPC on the right there to determine what frame I'm on. Although I'm pretty sure I recognize this one. Down and right. Yeah. So this, whenever I go back outside again, the man that was on the right should be facing right. If he's not, I don't know what frame I'm on, but we'll worry about that if it happens. Okay, didn't die to Pansage, good.
Yeah, these monkeys have Lick, which can paralyze, which can be very...
Basically big time loss, and you can actually die depending on your HP for Pansage. It's very unlikely that you die against Pampor.
Yeah, because you get like a free heal after the first fight.
So I'm back up to full HP here, so there's basically a 0% chance I would die. And like, as I say that, he crits me, so maybe... maybe I will die. No, okay.
So the stats on the Tepig are like max. Well, they're not going to be all max because we're not using him for very long, but they're max that matters. Apart from speed, which you're using 25 speed, right?
Yeah, I am using 25.
Yeah, so 25 speed means that you get outsped by one of Sharon's Pokemon, which makes the fight a bit more consistent. The only other thing that makes a difference with 25 is that Panpour always outspeeds instead of being a speed tie. And then everything else is the same as if you had 31.
So the guy on the right there is looking to the right, which is good. Which means I know what frame I'm on. So this is going to be the last bit of RNG manipulation movement for now. The reason being is because we cannot manipulate past this point. Because before you go back to grass, you get an item called the X Transceiver. And X Transceiver calls completely mess with the RNG, making it basically impossible to manipulate through unless you mash frame perfectly. And I can't mash frame perfectly, so no one can.
Luckily in this game, you get repels right when the first call happens. Like right after the first call, you can buy repels, so it's not too big of a deal. In Black and White 1, you get 2 phone calls before like you're able to buy repels. So
you have an entire route of
annoying
encounters that you can get.
You can literally only minute 1 route in Black and White 1.
So we're in the first gym. Charon, who was a rival in Black and White 1, is now one of the gym leaders. I will be saving for Charon just in case I get crit and die.
Yeah, even though 25 speed makes the fight a bit more consistent, you can still get crit.
You're never safe from the criticals.
No.
Thankfully, the 2 people in this gym are both really easy. Will I get the burn on this Lillipup? I do not. Scam.
Yeah, there's a couple of places where getting a burn can save a turn.
So, as is my goal with every marathon, I want gold 1 split. That's all I ask for. But as I'm obviously going to get world record.
Yeah. Gold every split. How about that?
309. That is the lowest I've ever been. After those 2 fights, 7 HP.
Yeah, Tebi is Blaze, so when it's 1/3 or below its max HP, its fire moves get a 1.5 boost in this fight.
Saving. Safety saves. At least it's not challenge mode.
Yeah, so there's like difficulty modes in this game that you unlock. When you complete Black 2, you unlock challenge mode. When you beat White 2, you unlock easy mode. Then you can send them to other people. And challenge mode increases the levels of all the trainers, but keeps their stats the same. And then gym leaders, it increases the levels and like adds an extra Pokemon and gives them better moves. And like same with the Elite Four and like held items and stuff. So like the gym fights are a lot harder in challenge mode. And then in easy mode, they decreased the levels, but they left the stats the same, and they left the XP the same. So there's pretty much no difference. It's pretty pointless.
Other than because of the damage calculations, they do slightly less damage.
Yeah. Because like the damage calculation factors in your level, so sometimes they do slightly less damage. That's the only difference.
Nice. Did not lose to Charon.
Alright. Yeah, so with the 25 speed, Lillipup will always go first, and then you see on the last turn, it hits it into Blaze, so that you can guarantee the kill with Ember, because using Tackle 3 times is damage range.
And not a very good one, by the looks of damage rolls.
No. No. And then, like, if you get him low health, he heals, so it's, like, really slow. Yeah, challenge mode is an interesting category, but there's quite a big barrier to doing it because you need a black 2 cart that's completed, so you can send the key every time you reset the run. Or every time you delete your save, you have to send the key again.
You know, and that requires having 2 DSs as well.
Yeah.
And one on standby at all times, so you can always just go for it.
2 DSs, and black 2 cart, a white 2 cart, and you also need a DS with capture so you can record. So that's why there's only like 3 runs on the leaderboard.
Soon to be 4, maybe.
Soon, TM.
Soon, TM. After I get any percent record. Should actually note, Mr. Crafted here does have the world record. The world record has been interesting, because Crafted got it like, just over, nearly 2 years ago now at this point. And then, like, a month ago, I got it for 7 hours, and then Crafted beat it again. So...
Yeah,
and our analogy has been that no one is allowed to have the black 1 record in time, because the universe just does not allow it.
Yeah, he deposited his pokes there because there's like a double battle coming up, and if you only have 1 Pokemon, they don't see you. So you can just skip it. And we got repels, because as we said, we can't manip anymore. Luckily, this game introduced the great feature of being able to refresh your repel. When it runs out, it asks you, do you want to use another one? So you don't have to go back into your bag and menu again. So later when we get max repels, we literally just use 1 and then just keep refreshing it for the rest of the game.
Here's that great feature. Do you want to use another one? Of course I do. Screw your random encounters. So this hiker man doesn't let you pass until you have the basic badge, which we now have, so we can fight him. He has a Riolu with Endure, which always makes him live on 1 HP, unless you get like a burn or something, or you critical like that, and he doesn't use it, so it's like the best possible outcome. I call that skill.
Oh, that's some great skill there.
Thank you. So Charon is informing us about the dark grass, which can sometimes give you 2 Pokemon. We don't care because we're not going to go in it. 4 encounters at least. So here's where another mechanic is being introduced. Spinners. So these are trainers that turn different directions. So I waited for that little girl to look down where I walked, so I would get past her. You know, so sometimes she can just look back instantly and see you anyway. Like this, because you cannot manipulate them in the way we do it. You could manipulate them if you like saved and reset, but
yeah, you can't manipulate them in any quick way. the only thing you can do is most of them react so they'll look a certain way if you run, but then when you walk past them, they still can spin. So it's not a guaranteed pass. Like in Gen 3, if you do certain movements, you can guarantee spinner passes, but not in this game. He also has to pass that girl 2 more times, so
Yeah.
it's not over yet.
Lynn is a great person. We like Lynn. No, we don't. Pretty sure Lynn is the
World record
reason
hits
that
Lynn.
no one has completed like a spinnerless run that's world record.
Yeah, world record hits Lynn. Maybe my 313 dodge there, maybe? I can't remember.
Well, I know my hit an optional and a spinner. But that's because I had god luck for the start of the game.
Yeah, so if you're trying to run this game and get world record, you basically have to reset the start of the game a lot because of drill buff, which you'll see in a minute, can be very inconsistent to get him quickly due to timer 0 and also the fact that you have to catch him.
So I'm actually in the best possible position for this gym because I'm in the highest blaze that I can possibly be at. That is going to kill me. I will heal. I've made that mistake countless times before where I don't heal at 7 HP. And I die because of it. 'Cause I'm smart. Just save for the second guy.
This is really useful in this gym, but and if we had a rash nature rather than naughty, it would be a bit better, but naughty aces. Rash, you can definitely use rash and do the start really fast, so they're both pretty equal. I prefer naughty, and I think most people go along.
So, do charge. Good.
Sorry to interrupt, I would just like to let you know that you're slightly dropping on the internet side, so if you have a moment, you could check your OBS.
Yeah, it should have cleared up, I noticed.
Alright, yeah. I just noticed that on the restream side too, just letting you know. I believe your incentive closes in about 10 minutes or so, right?
About 15-ish, yeah.
15 minutes, alright. So, if you guys want to name that, then, you know where to do that.
Me being really smart, trying to use a Pekka-berry on whenever I was trying to give the Pekka-berry. So I didn't save for Roxy, because I actually die less to Roxy than I do for the 2 people before her. So, now that I've said that, I'm probably going to get crit and die, but shh, it's not the point. Simple logic, I just won't die.
Yeah, you could sometimes, like, depending on how good your run is, you might want to sometimes risk them maybe killing you in Blaze, because they're not guaranteed to use an attacking move. So if you had a bad run, you might want to risk something to save time back.
But if your run is bad, what are you doing? Just reset, Kappa.
Yeah. Any bad luck, just reset. That's the solution. Yeah, this Whirlipede's got Poison Point, which can be annoying because it's got Venoshock, which doubles the damage if you're poisoned. So that's why he equipped a Pecha Berry before. Because that cures poison. Now we've got the best part of the run, right?
Yeah, the evolution screen, great. No. The worst split in the run. No, I'm kidding. It's an okay split. It really depends on your seed. For me, it's generally okay. The very next thing we're doing is the highlight of the run. Because we get to watch movies. It's the only Pokemon game you get to watch a movie. Unless you play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because that thing basically is a movie. But,
Point from Garfield, actually. We level up to 18. Tepig evolves at 17, but we level up to 18, which is actually really good, because if you evolve, he tries to learn arm thrust, which we don't care.
To put it bluntly. So here we are, at Pokestar Studios with Mr. Studio, or what?
Studio.
Mr. Studio. So he owns this place. They film movies into theaters. So, ever watched? This is 100% guarantee.
Has some congestion in the game, so you might want to actually reduce your bitrate now. Four seconds at a time. But since you are CPU encoding, you should be able to reduce the bitrate. Just go down to 300.
I cannot reduce the bitrate. Cannot reduce the bitrate from OBS.
Settings. Perhaps lock it.
Yeah, it does. But it seems to have cleared up again.
Getting pretty bad. So, I don't know. I have something I might be able to do. Okay. I reduced the bitrate of the voice channel. This might help a little bit.
Alright.
Right, sorry for the interruption, but if it's like right now it's still like acceptable, but if it gets worse, we may need to do a quick you know, just a quick screen cut on score side.
It's alright. As long as it doesn't drop freebie, it's okay. So make sure you pay attention to the crowd here, because they're so just entertained by this movie that they all leave. Garf with my Wi-Fi call out.
They definitely don't fall asleep.
No, they don't fall
wait,
asleep.
They do.
Didn't get fast credits. So basically, if the credits take up the full screen there, they scroll slightly faster for whatever reason.
Faster is.
Not a clue.
Yeah, me either.
It's like a second, I think, not even.
I didn't realize until I heard Worcester saying that it was faster. So I have no idea.
I kind of noticed with the audio, like with the music stopping a bit earlier, if you get like the full screen bit, it's so minimal. But it's a reset point. Yeah, they were sleepwalking out of the theater. It was that boring that they were dreaming about something better, so they sleepwalked out. So Bryson, who was a gym leader 2 years ago, is now an actor, which is a severe downgrade if you ask me. Also, Crafted, I'd like to have a dig at you, because I saved twice and still saved time against you.
Yeah, my run is terrible. No, I hit Lynn after. That
Yeah,
makes
you
more
did.
sense. I just got terrible. Oh, I know you.
So there we ice punch that just to make the fight end as quickly as possible. How is this a 36? Right, nice.
It's been good, hasn't it?
What is it, Crafted?
It's been good, hasn't it?
No, it's
That's
just with
what
all the
it's
saving and stuff.
The game time of pauses when you save.
Oh, hell yeah. RNG minute.
Yeah. RNG minute for real in a minute.
Yeah. So sadly we have to say goodbye to Pokestar Studios. No more movies. If you want to see more movies, then go do it yourself.
Sure, I'll get right on that.
So Team Plasma are back. They're being annoying as always. So we're gonna beat them up. There is actually a way to die on this fight. If you got poisoned by Roxy and you still have poison, and you get detect trolled, you can die from poison. But like that's so unlikely. So Garfield has just recommended a new route. You get 100 lemonades if you do all the movies, so you can save money. So I think we need to reroute the whole game around Pokestar Studios.
Yeah.
I've been playing so much Octopath, I thought Roxy said using this, like Hannah. Wrong game!
Shoutouts to Octopath. Should be practicing this game and not playing Octopath so much. How dare you neglect Pokemon for Octopath? I couldn't imagine ever doing that.
So we have another spinner pass for Lynn here. Got past again. We have one more, but we'll get past. TM. Maybe. There is a possibility we will get past.
There are slight benefits to like hitting her. Like if you hit her, you get levels in the gym, which can help. If you in the gym, you get levels, which means you always live dig against him. Whereas if you're level 18, he's 9 and 16. Or is it very high chance of killing you with dig? You don't get it. Yeah, but if you hit her before, because of the way experience works in this game, you get less during the gym, so you don't get 19 for Joba. Because like you get less experience if you're higher level. That's like a thing they introduced in Gen 5.
So we did get past Lynn again. So we are spinnerless so far.
And yeah, this game is a bit weird with spinners. Apart from that one, all the others are like in together with like other ones. Like there's 4 really close together in like 2 places in the run. you pass them?
Yes, every other spinner is on the bike.
Yeah. And the bike is like 4 times faster, so it's a bit easier.
You're about to see the greatness that is the Gen 5 bike.
Yep.
Because thankfully you get the bike pretty early in this game. Not like it's Pokemon Black and White 1, where you don't get the bike for like an hour and 10 minutes of gameplay in a speedrunning setting. So we're gonna make use of this bike immediately. What are you doing? Oh, I hit the sort button. That's what it was. Need to make sure my bag is organized. So here's where we get the EXP share, which will be useful for getting levels for Drillbur while we are in Berg's gym.
Yeah, because Berg's gym is like a bug type gym, and so Pig Knight's really good for it, and Drillbur's really bad. And that's like part of the reason why Tepping the best for this run, rather than like Oshawott or Snivy.
So I talked to that clown there. There are 3 clowns. The guy who gave us the bike explained. If you talk to all 3, you can talk to the clown in the gate before you go to Route 4 to get a rare candy.
Yes, it's quite a slow way of getting a rare candy. It costs, I think, like 55 seconds, but it's very important that we get it. We want to get Rock Slide.
And Slash.
Or, I guess
no, Rock Slide as well. Because you use it after
release. You use it after Slash. Yeah. But I can't remember if you get Rock Slide anyway before Charles. But we also want to evolve at a certain point before Clay's gym.
So it'll look odd that I'm using my repel out here. For my Drillbur manip, I have to use it out there. Because of the really, really dumb way that I routed mine out, I have a turn frame, which is necessary for the manipulation to work. So I have to use my repel like 5 tiles early in order to get it to wear off at the correct time. It's kind of dumb, but what can you do?
So, should we close the naming?
Yes, I would close the incentive for Drillbur's name.
Alright. Alright, let me get that up. If I could find it. I've said this before in setup, I haven't restreamed for a few, so I'm a little bit rusty. There we go. So we're gonna check, maybe somebody sniped it. Nope, it looks like No has one, so I guess we're not naming it Kappa. Nah, I mean.
Alright, so No will be the name of the Drillbur.
Yep, the double meaning.
So here's our first look at Colrus, who is an interesting character with one of the best battle themes ever. We'll be seeing more of him later in the game.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Well, we do we have some time, or is there like important stuff coming up?
That's quite important.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, this is where he's gonna manipulate Drillbur. This is like the hardest thing when if you want to run this game, working out this manipulation. Because as I say, everyone has to work out their own. I do have like a video, so if anyone wants to run this game, you can watch my video to which should tell you how to do it. But it's quite a long process. But it works similar to the manip at the start of the game, where he sets the time to a certain point and then hopes for the right time 0. And then you have to do specific movement to generate the cloud, and then specific movement to advance the PID RNG before you enter the cloud, so that it's the right frame for the adamants. You want female and level 19 Jobo, which is like the highest you can catch in this area. And the IVs will all be 31 except special.
So we got Jobo first try. Not first ball.
Yeah, so we can't manip the catch, unfortunately, because the battle RNG works really weirdly in this game, so it's not possible.
In the ball. 1, 2,
it's like 33%.
3. Nice, okay. First try, second ball. Why is this run good?
Right.
We don't know.
So, yeah, it's like 33% with Great Ball, and if you use both your Great Balls, it's like 25% with the Pokeballs. And as I said before, he can kill you with Dig. That's why we don't weaken him, because if you weaken him, he can just Dig and then kill you, and you can't chuck balls when he's on the ground.
Public service announcement: this run is world record pace.
World record pace, everyone.
So now we have our dribbler called No. So that's the last RNG manipulation, and the major run killer is gone now, which is good. So now we have a fairly peaceful split by comparison. It's basically just going through Berg's gym and just killing everything. So, a little bit of downtime here. World record pace, hope you have a local recording. I do not. I did not anticipate. No gain the XP. I'm gonna be so confused every time I see no.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned, but we didn't name Pignite because we don't use them for very long, and text is like really fast in this game. It's 2 characters every frame, and English is actually faster than Japanese for this game, because in Japanese the text is only 1 character per frame. Even though there's less of it, it's still really.
If I get world record, in before I 311 this, and then I'm gonna have to beat it, because I don't have a local recording. So I have not golded any splits so far. I actually came really close with the drillbur, or with the drillbur split. Had I not had to name the drillbur No, I think I might have been able to gold that.
He uses Flame Charge on that fight because with the speed boosts, even if the Dwebble uses Rock Polish, you still outspeed. And you kind of want to outspeed because it has Sand Attack, which, if you've ever played Pokemon, you know how bad that can be. Oh yeah, he used it, but he hit anyway, so that's good.
So I switched Drillbur to the front here so it gets more EXP from Berg. So you'll notice that I have Drillbur at the front at the moment, but I will be switching him out into Pignite again immediately.
No save.
I don't think I'd need it.
It's quite bad dying here.
Is it?
Well, you go back all the way to
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Aspersia.
I just won't die.
It's pretty unlikely to die here, you just have to not
Oh,
get
don't say
crit
that.
by-
That means I'll die.
Right, you can blame me if you die.
I will. Heal to 27. Okay, I'm exactly on what my notes recommend to heal to. We didn't die, yay. Crafted nearly cursing the run out here. So this is where Drillbur is learning Hone Claws, which is a great move, which increases my attack and my accuracy. So it means we don't have to use X items, which saves a pretty decent amount of time.
Apart from the two we picked up earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't buy X items in this game until pretty late. So, but luckily Drillbur learns Hone Claws, and then it also learns Swords Dance later. Doubles your attack. That's part of the reason why Drillbur's so good. I don't think we explained why Drillbur's so good, but like that's one of the reasons. And like it also learns really good damaging moves like Earthquake. You can get Iron Head from Move Tutor, Rock Slide. Earthquake and Rock Slide hit 2 Pokemon in double battle, and there's loads of double battles later on. It's Steel type, so it can't get poisoned. Yeah, lots of reasons why it's good. Definitely the best of the speedrun.
So now that we've talked to all 3 clowns, whenever we go to the gate here, we will get our rare candy. But first, we have to talk to Colorus again. With an amazing theme. And we will never see this guy again. Absolutely never. Apart from whenever he tells us he's going to meet us on Route 4. But, shh.
Wow, you went through that guy.
I'm a ghost. It's just because I'm going so fast, I can phase through people.
He's got his hacks turned on, guys.
Cheated run. But what you guys don't know is this is actually world record, and I'm just streaming a video. Every time you hear my screen and I'm making mistakes, it's all planned.
Just very good acting.
Yeah. 16 seconds ahead of world record. None of this actually got world record. I'd be kind of annoyed if this did.
It's very possible.
True. Or just get a godlike Elisa split. Shout out to the Magnet Bomb, which never misses apparently.
Yeah, Scoa didn't realise that Magnet Bomb couldn't miss, and was wondering why it always hit, but yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
wow!
so his Joba doesn't have the best special attack, which doesn't matter apart from that one fight. If you have like good special attack, you can 2-hit with Mudslap, so you don't have to dig. It saves like 2 seconds, whatever.
And then like the barrier between like the special attack like you need to be able to do that is different depending on what like your nature is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because Joba's you mean ability, because Joba's ability can either be Sand Force or Sand Rush. You need Sand Force as well to do that. I think it might work with 31 IV and Sand Rush, but I'm not sure. You basically need Sand Force and a decent IV. And when you're looking for your manip, you generally don't care about saving that turn. You care more about getting consistent Joba. So to be able to test more seeds, you just accept that you might lose that turn.
Which I unfortunately do. But you know, it's like a minimal time loss. That's like 5 seconds or something. Not even, probably.
Turns are like really fast in this game. So
yeah, so it barely matters. It's worth losing like the 3 to 5 seconds in order to get like hundreds more potential seeds, depending. You know?
Yeah, because when you're searching, you have to search for every year individually, which, depending on how good your PC is, might take a while to generate all of them. I know for mine, I can't like do anything on my PC while it's generating seeds, so I just have to leave it for a few hours.
I fortunately have a really good graphics card, and I think that's what it uses to determine that for some stupid reason. So mine are always really quick, and I can do stuff on my PC while I search, which is really nice.
Yeah, this Blitz also speed. Did you win?
I did win the
Yes.
speed tie.
If you lose, it can use Flame Charge and then raise its speed, so then it's faster. So you lose even more time.
Could also outspeed you, crit you, so you die.
Yeah, that's the fun thing.
So this trainer has Flaffy, and with that it introduces the worst ability of all time, Static. So basically whenever you use a contact move on a Pokemon with Static, there is a 30% chance it will paralyze you, even if you are a ground type like Drillbur. So this Static does not matter if we get it or not, which we don't, because we're going to PC heal Drillbur. But there are quite a few opportunities in Elise's gym that we will like be going at odds with getting Static. So it's very unlikely that you get a Staticless split, which Mr. Crafted over here did, but
Yeah.
because he's a cheater, but
Yep.
I'm gonna look like a cheater now if I get staticless. So this gym was the one that was present in Black and White 1, but it's a fake gym.
I just thought of a possible new strat. No, yeah, that would be faster. Press the last thing for the roller coaster and then talk to the woman. Would that be faster?
That's the battle box.
I'm pretty sure that'd be faster.
Would it?
Because then you would be walking up to her while it's like moving.
You'd have to test it.
Possible new strat down, guys. Oh, since doesn't think you make it. Okay, maybe not.
So there I
the
put
red chance
Drillbur into the PC and then immediately took her back out again. What that does is it just heals Drillbur, and it's faster than taking a Pokemon Center heal. Because I have to go into the PC anyway to get Hidalvin's Psyduck back.
Yeah, after this gym, or soon after, there's the triple battle that I mentioned before. So he needs his pokes back. And yeah, the red shard for the move tutor later. Yeah, the game may have been patched since I tested, so we might need to check.
Should I save before Elisa? I don't know if I should.
Well, you've got revives.
Oh yeah, right enough.
So
I always forget revives exist. In my brain, because I'm so used to playing black, it's like, oh, I'm dead, reset. Static. The dream's dead.
confirmed, not cheated.
This gym has amazing music.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing they did in this game, which they didn't do in any other game, which is have different remixes of the gym theme in all the gyms. Don't know why they never did that after this game.
It's a really good idea because all of the gym themes are really good.
Yeah.
Especially Clay's. Oh, another static, no. That's why we buy paralyzed heals.
This game, you can get a really good drill bit split, like really good time, and then get destroyed by static.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Were you there for my run a while ago? Oh no, you were in voice chat whenever it was going on.
Yeah, you missed starching?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come to that soon. That fight.
It's terrible. It's annoying because you have like 3 consecutive hard fights that can all kill you. Oh my god, press dig.
Yeah, once we get extra drill, the game is very easy, but before that, Jova bit he's not as powerful as his evolution.
I'd like to heal to full for Elisa. But because it's a marathon, I might just heal.
I can't remember what happens. This fight is terrible in challenge mode, but in normal mode it's not too bad. I mean, in challenge mode it might be like the hardest fight in any Pokemon run. It's like ridiculous. I don't know every game, but it is.
I am gonna heal with a super just in case. Give a little bit more leeway with getting killed by crits. Oh wow, we just like my PB just finished Elisa.
Yeah, your PB's like very good up to.
Yeah, because then I hit an optional.
So.
Alright, so this Emolga is like a 77% range, and we got static turn 1. So fight's off to a great start. Crit! Oh, that would have been handy like a turn ago. Ah, my inputs, please. Don't static me, Flaffy. You lose so much time. Good. Flaffy, that Flaffy there is one of the worst statics to get, because then you have to get rid of the paralyzed, then heal up again. And it's just one of the slower alternatives. Well, we beat Elisa, so. I have sad news, everyone. This run is no longer world record pace. I'm sorry for baiting everyone.
Wow, how could you bait us like this? I was expecting.
You expected wrong. Yeah, I did drop a couple frames. I am using the wrong button.
What happened to the pre-recorded?
All part of my plan.
Nice select.
Thank you. So Garf kept track. 4 out of 9 possible statics.
So not actually too much worse than average.
Average is 0. No.
Yeah, use the rare candy there. This is like the best place to use the rare candy, because then you get
Rock Slide.
You get Rock Slide, and you get Extra Draw before Clay's Gym, and you don't get level 30 for Charles, because if you have level 30 then you like outspeed and then he doesn't kill your slave, or you speed tie. Either speed tie or outspeed, and then he doesn't kill your pokes, which is bad, so you want him to outspeed you.
Okay, so earlier whenever I said that there are 3 hard consecutive fights, well not hard, that doesn't exist in this game, but there are 3 difficult fights in that, like, a lot of stuff can go wrong in them, so difficult to get perfect.
Oh, you got past the rubbish. That's a tough one there.
This is the first of the 3 hard ones. This Watchog doesn't die to 1 dig, unfortunately, unless I crit, but it has Hypnosis and Confuse Ray, but it uses Super Fang, which is the best outcome. It can use Hypnosis, which puts you to sleep, it uses turns, Confusion to make you hate yourself and die.
Yeah, there's 2 strats you can do on that. You can do what he did and then dig and then slash, or you can Rock Slide and try and flinch The problem with Rock Slide is that it has a 10% chance of missing, and if it misses, it is very bad. Also, if it hits and doesn't flinch and it confuses you, you then have to get through 2 turns when you're using Dig, because you've got to go underground and then back up again. So I like to do that strat that he does, where you Dig and then slash, but Rock Slide is another option, which is good if you get the flinch.
So Sin started some maths for us, and came to the conclusion that the expected amount of statics is 9 out of 9. I've never seen that happen. I think I've gotten... Wait, how many are there in black? 1... Optimally, there's 3, 4, 5. No? Yeah, optimally, there's only like 5, and I think I've gotten 4 of them before.
Yeah, Garfield makes a good point. The only damaging move it has is Super Fang. So if you die there, and you have to revive, then it takes so long to kill your slave.
Right, this is Charles. This is the triple fight that Crafted was talking about. So I'm gonna save, just in case, because this fight is really annoying to die to, because it means you lose your X attack, and rematching is harder. Well, it's not a great deal harder, it's just 1 extra healing turn.
Yeah, we're finally going to use that X attack.
That we picked up ages ago.
A very long time ago.
Don't forget the X speed, that's still there, but we're not using it yet.
Yeah. So in this game you can use items with other Pokemon, like on the... How do you describe this? You can use an item with Pidove, but on Drilbur. So you can use the X attack with Pidove's turn, but use it on the Drilbur.
And I still get my attack with Drilbur. That's actually really good that it Psybeamed and didn't Air Cutter. That increases my chance. Oh, and I crit Sigilyph!
Ooh.
That is the best possible fight. Even better if you wide guard Tortuga. Oh, unlucky. Very nearly got the best possible fight there.
So you sometimes have to heal here, and because of the auto center, your Drilbur is in slot 2. And I think every single White 2 runner has lost a run at some point to accidentally clicking heal on the first poke, because you expect it to be in slot 1 when it's in slot 2.
For whatever reason, if you try to heal it whenever it's in slot 2 and you accidentally click slot 1, it counts as a turn.
Yeah.
For whatever dumb reason.
He has to revive his slaves here because we need them alive for Clay.
And potentially for Rude if we get unlucky.
Are you going to save for Rude?
I don't know, should I?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Asks yes or no question, gets maybe. Thanks, Crafted. I'll save question mark.
It's kind of bad if he gets up attack boosts and you miss and stuff.
I'll save.
I don't know. Because you do have revives, but if he's got the attack boosts up, then he does like tons of damage, even when you send it back in. Yeah, you can bike back. I guess the advantage to that is you get the bridge again. Bridges are good.
But I saved.
But then
so
more chance for Duckluck. Yeah, you can... Duckluck can spawn on that bridge. Well, you get these like what they call flying spots, or something, which can have either wings or ducklet in them. Like the old strat was to catch a ducklet there for fly and surf, but it was quite inconsistent. But I've had, I think, 2 or 3 runs where I've just biked across and a thing has spawned in front of me and it's been a ducklet. Just wasted time.
No! It used attract! And it, oh god, I got like the worst. Oh no, I have revives. Why did I do that? Okay, whatever. See what I mean? It's my automatic reflex to reset.
Yeah, so we do use a female on purpose because it's much better for Skylar and better for, I think, as well. Or is that challenge mode? No, I think it's normal mode. But you do have a bit of a disadvantage here because this can use attract, but it's less likely to use it than Skylar.
Wait, what did you think challenge mode one was? Caitlyn? Did you say?
Grimsley, I think.
Oh, Grimsley. It's Lightbird or something.
Lightbird, yeah. That might be on normal mode, I can't remember.
If I hadn't saved, the game would have rewarded me with a perfect fight. Not wrong. Oh wow, okay. For that to kill me that last time, I think that was actually a 1 in 16 roll. So, thanks game.
Oh wow.
It'll go for air cutter, yeah, because it could have killed me. He just got another 1 in 16! Game, please!
Is that it
was the first time, but he definitely got it the second time. 25, which my notes say is a 1 in 16. Anyway, we beat Rude. So now we have Excadrill, so the game is easy.
Yeah, so the game is free. Stop watching. JK.
Don't leave.
No, you definitely want to watch to see.
And next up with Omega Ruby coming up.
In 2 minutes time.
Yeah. Yeah, Horn Drill is not useful in this because it is not. So exact barely increases its accuracy. And we don't get any. We don't even shot for X items.
We reject Zorua. Sorry, Zorua.
Just letting you know about the congestion issues. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. I have started again. It was free for like an hour or so. So. No.
I accidentally talked bug.
Teacher's Ironhead.
I don't think I'm gonna save for Clay because I have revives and it's unlikely that I'll die.
Is something important coming up right now?
Nope.
Nope.
Cause in that case, we quickly reload the stream on my own, so I'll let you know when it.
Alright.
It'll only take a few seconds, everyone. So stay calm. There we go. We should be back live now.
There we go. Right as you say that, I start dropping frames again. Why? There we go.
Yeah, so Clay, the only thing that can go wrong is missing the range on his Sand Slash, which is 91%. But then you can also flinch him or critical, or when you send him hit up, he uses rollout, and then you're fine. So it's very likely not to die.
Which is why I'm not gonna save. And even then, he's dying, but it's unlikely that you'll wipe.
Yeah, so it's pretty likely he'll have to either switch out or revive, but wiping is very.
Alright, Gym 5 of 8.
There's only 8 gyms.
No, there's 72. Sorry.
Ah. Yeah, this is going all night, guys. Just kidding, extra drill kills them all in 1 minute, so it's not very long.
So send out Psyduck here to get rid of Intimidate. Because of my HP, it's unlikely that I will die to the bulldoze. In fact, it's actually impossible now unless he crits, because I forgot I leveled there. Ideally we get the flinch here. Not. So Ironhead has a 30% chance to flinch, which is amazing. I'm just gonna use this turn to heal so I don't have to do it later. Not that I can remember anywhere where I'd have to heal, but just in case. I don't actually need to. Pokemon World Tournament is after this, I'm an idiot. So his X control is a higher level, but mine's better, so.
Yeah, if you're watching the World Championships last week, that was. You're about to see where they took place.
Yeah.
And Skull will be participating in them, so hopefully.
Hopefully I prevail.
Last week was actually just a practice for the upcoming World Tournament.
Yeah.
This is the real one.
This is the real offline edition. So what is my estimate? My estimate is 335, right?
Yeah, this would be way under.
So, if I continued on this pace, I could finish 20 minutes under estimate. Which would be great for you guys after that slight blip with yellow.
Please no. 20 minutes is a bit much.
It's okay, I can entertain everyone with movies.
Not not saying to throw. Oh, if we have time left over, we can do like a little like show off.
Oh heck
like, if
yeah!
you have anything to like show off or something. There's always that.
Entertain everyone with Pokestar Studios for until Head Bulb's ready again.
We can complete the World Tournament quickly.
I've actually never done that. Alright, that's the goal, guys. We'll finish under estimate and then we'll go back to the World Tournament.
I was routing a World Tournament category like a year ago, then I just forgot about it. So I might go back to that at some point. You can manip like who you fight quite easily. It's like based on the IV RNG. but you can't manip what pokes they have, as far as so.
So what's worth noting here is that while the parties of the 3 people we're about to fight are like guaranteed, I'll always get the same 3 Pokemon to fight. Their abilities are randomized. Or not like completely randomized, but like I think it's like a 50-50 of which one you get.
Yeah.
So, and there's in each fight, I think, no, not in this one, there's no benefits in this one. But in the next 2, there is a benefit to getting good RNG. It's always 1 turn of a difference.
This fight's got like a damage range on this Dugott.
Yeah, the Dugott's a damage range. If you miss it, it uses Water Pulse, which can confuse you. And that is not good. Because if you hit yourself, I'm pretty sure you die.
I died there once because I missed the range and it crit me and got a 5 in 16 roll, which actually killed me.
There's nothing worse than being killed by a crit from full HP, because you just watch it slowly go down and you're like, wow!
And you can't use revives here either.
Yeah.
This is serious business.
Let's get a perfect world tournament, guys. I've decided this is going to be a perfect world tournament. So Charon is going to send out a Stoutland. I do not want it to have Intimidate. If it does, I need to use Home Claws. Ironhead has a 1 in 16 range to kill Stoutland. But I'll just get it. It's easy. I had Intimidate.
Damn.
They have the 1 in 16? Damn.
You can also get the other 1 in 16.
Crits.
And kill it. The Minchino can have Cute Charm, which wastes like a second.
Can it?
Yep.
Cool.
Not Minchino.
Or you can reset.
Minchino.
This is another appearance from Colorus. What do the crowds say, guys?
Smelly.
Crafted's convinced they say smelly. I have no idea what they say, but I hear smelly ever since Crafted put that in my head. Beefy. Beefy, beefy.
Colorus has different battle theme every time you fight him in this one.
That is true. So ideally this Magneton does not have Sturdy, which it did, of course. It used Mirror Shot though, thank goodness it did not use Supersonic. Parry? I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, that Magneton's pretty bad because it can Supersonic, or it can use Mirror Shot and drop your accuracy. And then you have to either risk it or use Home Claws to get the accuracy back.
So basically risk it. If you're me, risk it. There you go guys, I won the Pokemon World Championship.
Yep.
1 battle point, yes!
8 is the winner of the World Championships 2019. not whoever you heard last week.
Yeah, for who you heard. I don't know who it was. So using my world-class prize, I'm going to buy a Carbos. Which is something I should explain. It just increases, it's the speed EV, right?
Yeah, it gives you 10 speed.
10 speed EVs.
EVs.
Earlier in the run I used a protein, which gave me 10 attack EVs. Not IVs. Whew. 41 IV.
Every 4 EVs gives you 1 extra stat point at level 100. So at this level, 1 Carbos probably increases his speed by like 1.
Which is enough to outspeed Drayden's Flygon, I believe?
Yeah. So the Carbos, so he's going to use 2 Carbos, a rare candy later, so that he outspeeds Drayden's Flygon by 1, and also a Floatzel in Marlin's gym.
So I really should explain the reason we're even on the Plasma Frigate at the moment. 5 years ago in Aspertia City, where you start the game, Hugh's little sister's Purloin got stolen by Team Plasma, and he's on a massive mission to find it. But will he find it? So for context, that's why you see Hugh yelling and pushing Team Plasma literally everywhere he goes.
Rubbish.
Why'd I use Dig? I realised that after I pressed it, I was like, wait, hold on a second. That's not the move I was supposed to use. New strats, guys. Waste time, but it's a new strat.
So you have to fight like another guy with Trubbish where you use Dig. So it's just like, oh, Trubbish, Dig. The Iron Head is like faster.
You know what I just remembered, Crafted? I get my GCSE results tomorrow.
Ooh.
Missed the range and go back.
Go on his GCSE result.
Mongrass.
Speedrunning going in to get my GCSE results and then coming home and playing White 2. I think we'd have something else to do. Oh well, doesn't matter. Pokemon's all that matters anyway.
That's a good idea, Garfield. Then we could skip taking Team Plasma down. Just let them win.
At least some of the encounter. Wait, hold on. We don't let the evil team win. That's not who we are, Crafted. Nice, Duyok. We appreciate that Duyok has revenge and didn't use it. What a useless guy. the Shadow Triad make a reappearance in this game as well. They teleport you. So for some reason there was a lot of lag before it starts letting you move there. I prefer to run like 1 or 2 tiles before trying to equip the bike just so I don't mess it up. So I bought an escape rope there for way later in the game. Full heals for obvious reasons. And max repels for obvious reasons. For some reason I went to Pokemon to equip my max repel. So this is where a lot of spinners are. So hopefully we don't hit any. Look away, woman. So we passed 2 of the 4 spinners in this little segment. So this is where we're given Surf. This is where the humans experiment on all the deerlings. I made that sound really sinister. I swear the deerlings are okay.
You get a free deerling here.
You can get a free deerling. I just beat up a deerling. I'm sorry, Garth. So that's one instance of what Crafted was talking about earlier with run to bike, or no, where like you can run to make an NPC look in a certain direction. So I ran on those tiles to make the scientist look to the right, and then equipped bike and started going, just so I would have an increased chance of getting past. You know, that's quick. It's faster than being on the bike and waiting for it to spin or whatever.
Yeah, you're like already off the bike.
Do we have a minute?
Yep.
Because we've got a $15 donation from Abra Gaddafi saying bless the doggers, love from UK. So thank you for that. Silence. Did Scoard drop out?
No, I just got a dust cloud encounter. Nice! Hello, Drilver.
That scared me, I thought my internet died.
Nah, that's fine.
I mean, while we, do we still have some time?
Yeah, we do.
Because while we're at it, I would just like to quickly call out what we're actually benefiting here, because we're benefiting the Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center, which is a no-kill dog shelter in Virginia Beach. Because it's a relatively small shelter, and they're kind, like, it's one of these, like, independent, like, not, like, big firm, it's just one local shelter, and No Legislator has been benefiting it since the start, so it's a great cause. Unfortunately, like, maybe it'll expand, you know, at some point. Unfortunately, it's just one location right now. Hopefully it'll get bigger. Maybe we can help, you know? But if you want to help support the cause, then you can type ! Donate in the chat. If you're on the SRL embed, you can just open the channel normally and access the chat that way. And also ask the runners some questions if you have any. So
I will try to answer every question I can.
Back to the run.
Okay, so I did another run to bike in the cave. I don't know if everyone likes to do that one. I do it because it's fast, but it's kind of hard to get right. It's very reliant on how good your bike execution is. I've messed it up numerous times before, but way before the start of Chargestone Cave, I went off the bike for for a bit, and then equipped it again back inside Chargestone Cave, which saves 1 second. So we're grabbing the elixir here, which restores the PP of your moves. And we're going into... This is Mistral Tower, yes it is. Oh no, Celestial Tower, what am I talking about? Okay. To get the Lucky Egg, which boosts the EXP that we get.
Yeah, you're actually forced to get this Lucky Egg.
Are you?
Yeah. You can do it after Skylar, but we do it before because, yeah, it boosts your EXP, so it's very useful. But you have to talk to Juniper at some point. And so, yeah, we equip it right away. And does he teach HMs as well here?
Yep.
My stream's a bit behind. Yeah. Teach HMs. Because we're in the menu.
So it might as well
And
do
here it's actually like not faster to fly back, even though you might think it is. It's like slightly faster not to. And it also means that your repel doesn't wear off during the gym, which is very good because the gym you have to do precise movement.
Oh yeah, okay. This movement. I'm gonna pretend I remembered about it. Hopefully I don't mess this up. I actually messed this up quite a lot. Because it's a marathon, I'll either mess it up a lot or I'll nail it. Oh wow, I actually still got to that. I'm surprised. I messed up like 2 tiles and still got it. Nice.
Yeah, it's the first one that's like the most strict, I think. And then on the last one, if you mess up, or the second to last one, you can go to like the top left instead, and you can still get to Skylar.
So we have another gym battle, and we're finally going to use that X speed that we got a very, very long time ago. Arch Stamp. Hopefully we get the range on this Swoobat. We did. What is this Swoobat range?
I think it's 1 and 4.
Don't believe you.
And the Swanner's 15 and 16. Don't miss that, you will die.
No, I didn't.
Good.
I don't believe you with the 25%, because I've hit that like 4 runs in a row. Maybe I'm just a lucky boy. Yeah, this is, as Crafted mentioned earlier, this is another one of the fights that you want the female for. Flinched and couldn't move, perfect. Agility. Steel Wing avoided the attack. Awesome. Good Skylar fight. I don't know why I'm losing 20 seconds to my PB, but whatever. Oh yeah, the Awful World Tournament, that would be it. And selecting Dig and stuff. I used to have a split in between those two things. Like, I used to have a frigate split, I don't know why.
Yes, that is the battle you want to be female for. Because attract on that Swoobat is very bad.
Yeah, and as Garf has just pointed out, we get Earthquake there, and that is just the indication that everything dies.
Yep. Earthquake in a double battle hits everything. So it's very good. Rock Slide just hits the 2 enemies. As long as it doesn't miss, of course. and there's a lot of double battles coming up in the late game. Or a few at least.
Oh, wrong person. I will heal because it's a marathon. Will I? Or did I just risk the 3 and 4?
I have a backup if you die and lose the XP. Do you know where the rare candy is in Village Bridge?
No, I'll heal. Trying to get guided through a location, that is not a strength of mine. Seeing as I actually don't know the Village Bridge bit.
And there's also an optional which is very easy to hit if you get the rare candy. Yeah, it's faster to say no that you won't get involved, because she says, yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay, that's one of my favourite segments of movement there. So was reversal, or no, what is it called? Reversal mountain. So this is one of the reasons that Y2 is faster, because there's an extra battle in here.
Yeah, this is like a completely different layout. It looks completely different in Black 2. And slower.
So the reason you watched me bonk that battle girl was so I could just run past that ranger without having to stop. Okay, so this is the one and only battle that you have to do in this place. Assuming you're good at the game.
Wow, that's a call out to Worcester, who hit an optional in here. It's PB. I see.
Okay, so the reason I healed is because this Vibrava is a 75% range. So optimally, we just kill it. Which we don't. Good thing I healed.
Yeah, the world record dies to this. 75% range. You have to not flinch as well, and he has to choose you instead of Mashrana to hit. See the power of Earthquake here, just
destroys everything.
In this game the HP bars go down at the same time in double battles, so it's very fast hitting 2 things at once.
Nice, Masharna.
Oh, you do Rock Slide here rather than Ironhead.
No, I don't. My notes are still at Skyla. That's why I read Rock Slide and used it. I guess it just kind of. I guess that just guarantees that Masharna can kill it.
Yeah. The reason for Iron Rock Slide can miss.
Yeah.
But then you can. I think it's more likely to get it. I think it's more likely that you miss than it doesn't kill it or something. I can't. Who knows?
Right, Undella arrival. So we're looking for no taunt here. Ideally. So Cone Claws. Taunt. Unlucky. And then Detect! Thank you, Unpheasant. Very cool. So basically what Taunt does is it prevents you from using the same move twice. Or no, it's the, is it not? You can't use non-attacking moves?
Yeah, you can't. You have to attack.
Yeah. Torment is the one where you can't use 2 moves in a row. Of like they're the same. Getting taunt doesn't even really change anything, does it? I think it just means there's like a slightly higher chance you can die.
It means you take damage, I guess, which you don't really want to take damage.
Yeah, because it could use Aqua Jet twice, I guess.
Yeah, oh, it also could use Revenge, which means you have to heal.
Alright, good movement. So you noticed before that karate guy, I stopped for a bit. That guy is like on a cycle where he just runs in a circle, and it changes where he's loaded depending on the music lag. So I just wait a little bit just to be safe, that I can definitely get past him.
This part of the game is quite nice. There's like no forced fights. You just kind of go through the routes.
Until this forced fight we're about to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good little break. Like that allows you to kind of, because Route 12 is pretty big as well, so it gives you a bit to explore on your own, which is really nice.
These are like the post-game areas in the original.
Yeah.
Black and white.
So last time I did this fight on a PB attempt, PB / world record attempt, I got like a really bad fight. Like I missed one of the diagonals or something, and like I missed like a range and stuff, and I just didn't know what to do. And of course, partner did Jack, because he never does do anything. He spams Encore for the most part in this fight. He used Aqua Jet. Thank you for proving me wrong.
What? He used Aqua Jet?
He used Aqua Jet.
Oh my god.
He just had to prove me wrong.
That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen him use it on this fight. It's like 99.9% Encore turn 1.
Revenge?
Oh, you didn't EQ. How are you supposed to EQ?
Yeah. Because I don't have it in my notes that if Golbat lives. Or no, if Golbat does die.
Yeah, because he never does.
I forgot about that. Okay. This is why we do marathons and practice runs, guys. You see things you've never seen before.
The 1% situation.
1%. Oh, that could have been my chance to gold. No. He didn't use a single Encore in that fight. Just noticing that.
Yeah, so Drayden's gym, the trainers and the leader have like higher level Pokemon than in the original games, even though it's the 7th gym and it's the 8th gym in the. Oh yeah, he does a cool where you bonk into that trainer.
Only I didn't.
Like that. Oh, you didn't bonk?
Nope.
Ah.
My movement was just perfect.
That's... Well, I mean, you have to bonk because she has to move out of the way.
Shh.
So, how did you not? What? Yeah, she walked over the candy. So if you try and pick it up too soon, then you talk to her.
I just stopped in the tile that you would normally bunker.
Okay, so I just went AFK for like 1 minute, and apparently everything happened. So let me get the runner. No, they can't hear you yet. By the way, let me get Discord up very quickly. Alright, you are now back on mic. So we'll get the stream back up quickly. Are you reconnecting now or no?
I'm not now.
Okay. Cool. Let me pause the timer. Maybe that might be a good idea. So you absolutely cannot reconnect.
It won't let me now.
Okay, then change your then put a 2 after your stream key.
Okay.
And Crafted, you will have to update your VLC stream. I go to the toilet for 2 minutes and everything dies. That's a classic. That is just a classic.
Am I free to reconnect now?
Yep, reconnect whenever. Once I have your feed back up, I will disable my mic and my Discord again. Technical issues, everyone. Technical issues. Are you back live?
I am, yes.
Okay. Just trying to get it back up on my end, and then we should be good. If I can, that is. I just need to have make sure that I have audio so I can actually see it on the feed, but not yet, I guess. Ooh, this might be one of these instances where I have to restart OBS. Let me check. Because I know that
OBS is great software.
OBS has a very nasty bug that if you pull an RTMP source and it crashes, yeah, bad things. Very bad things. Okay, I can do this and then do that, and this should hopefully reconnect. I'm sorry about the technical issues, everyone, but you know it's George streams for you. As if we weren't already enough back on behind schedule, right?
I mean, there's still like this run could still finish 20 minutes ahead of schedule, like, by the actual time.
Try something else. If this doesn't connect, I will have to kill the stream, unfortunately. You are live on Oh! Did you put the number or the word?
Wait, what do you mean?
Did you put, you know, on your stream key, did you put a 2 as in the number or 2 as in the word?
Number.
Okay, no, then... Yeah, in that case, I will have to... I will unfortunately have to restart the OBS. Sorry, everyone. It's a nasty bug with OBS. We'll get the stream back live very soon. So just stay calm. We'll get it back live.